face it, at this point in my career, I don't have a wide body of work for people to be familiar with. Therefore, it doesn't strike me as particularly strange that their first expectation or opinion of me would be based upon what they do know, which is that I'm Bruce Lee's son. But it's not a particular hardship or anything, you know. In fact, I think it's something of an asset.
Brandon Lee utilizes those assets well in Rapid Fire, a 20th Century Fox action-adventure in which he not only stars, but also worked closely with Jeff Amata to choreograph all the fight sequences.
Fight choreography fascinates me. I used to watch my dad's films all the time, watch his choreography. He had beats in it, you know. He'd have comedy beats, he'd have pauses to allow the audience to catch up.
The most difficult to do was the art gallery, and just because it was the first one. This was my first time having the lead role in a film and having this degree of involvement in it, and first time I had ever walked onto a set and looked at a room full of people and said, all right, this is what we're going to do. My favorite fight scene in the movie is the one with Al Leong, who plays the character of Min, which is the Asian bad guy's right-hand man. And it's the fight that takes place in the warehouse with the fires going and the chain link fence background. I like that fight because it was one-on-one. It was the first time in the film that we had the character of Jake faced up with a martial artist of equal caliber. And it was a fight that really had some levels to it. You know, he'd be winning, then I'd be winning, then he'd be winning, back and forth. I really liked that fight. Morning, boys. I broke my toe on this movie during one of the action sequences. And it sounds kind of pedestrian, but actually it laid me up. I mean, my foot swelled up like a grapefruit. And so what they had to do, of course, was take and rearrange the shooting schedule so that we would shoot all of the sequences that did not involve me having to be particularly active. Next. So of course, what do they put next? The love scene. You know, aside from how difficult it is because you're putting yourself in this very intimate situation with someone that you are not intimate with. My foot's about this big, and you know, the primary consideration in the entire love scene was don't step on my foot, okay?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna break your hands, finger by finger. And then I'm gonna break your ribs, rib by rib. And then I'm gonna break your legs.
Knock yourself out.
We got cops out here!
There are things I would like to do in films and some things I got the chance to do in Rapid Fire that I had a yearning to do for some time. I've seen it a couple different times with a couple different audiences, and each time it's been a learning experience, you know? You'll see some moment that you thought, God, this is a great moment, we're gonna kill him with this moment, and it just doesn't work. It falls flat on its face, you know? And you learn something from it. Or you'll see a moment that you just thought was a throwaway. It was just gonna go by. And it really gets people, and you say, wow, okay, all right, you learned something from that, you know? But in the end, I mean, you have to do the work from what you have to offer, what you feel strongly about. I think it'd be very dangerous to start making choices in your acting career or in your work particularly based on what you think an audience's expectations are going to be.
You'll be under 24-hour FBI protection.
So who else is testifying against this guy?
I have certain expectations, things I'd like to do myself.
It's always really great to do something that you haven't done before. And it's always really great to do something that you didn't think you can do. And I think that the feeling that you get when you do that is worth whatever kind of behavior you need to do to get it.